your only work is to create a function app, give that to the backend programmer. That's it. But guys, why I'm telling all these things? Because guys, in sometimes if you go to this HTTP trigger, guys, just go to it, and there is a concept called monitor. This is very, very important concept a DevOps engineer should know. Why? Because if you go to this monitor, it will show all the log files, guys. For example, you can see we haven't run it any, just created it, we haven't run it. You can see if there are any errors in the code, guys, that can be shown here in this log files. Why I'm telling this, guys? In real time, there is a prod environment. Some function is not working in the prod environment. There is a website called www.amazon.in, and it is currently not working. Some button is not working there. Then, guys, they first they raise a request to a DevOps engineer, and they ask you what is the problem. Then, guys, you don't know anything, you don't know code or anything. So you will tell the front-end guy and the back-end guy, and you ask them to look into the issue. In the meanwhile, you can open the backend application. This is your project backend application. Go to function and see whether there are any errors in one particular function. To see that, go to monitor. If there is any error, that will be shown here. So then what should you do? You just copy that error and send it to the backend programmer. So this will actually help you in resolving the issues. You may not knowing the error because you don't know the code, but you know there is an error that will come in the log files if there is any error. If you see in the last 30 days, no success. In last 30 days, no error. So guys, if there is a backend function app in your project, you have to look this section functions, and there may be in real time you will be having 10-15 functions or 20-30 functions. Go to each function and go to this monitor tab and see whether there are any errors in it or not. That is the only reason I'm explaining all these things. Are you getting my point, guys?
Venkat, like this timer trigger and that HTTP trigger, those will be created by the developers, and we will deploy in this particular app function, right?
Yes. These will be written by the backend programmers. Okay. Yeah.
I have one question.
We
are not building any artifact here, right? We are directly deploying code into.
No. You will do everything, guys. We have just to create one function. We haven't deployed any code to it. To do that, you have to copy the code to the repo, and then you need to create build and release pipeline. That will come to. We will come to that. Wait for a minute.
Sir, one question I have.
Yeah.
Sir, whenever the programmer has created the time trigger or a HTTP trigger, that time we no need to go and manually add inside that.
No, you never do that. You never.
So in that case, any error comes, means how the log we can see, sir.
If you see this, guys, 10 minutes back we have created this timer trigger.
Correct.
Where we have put the cron expression like 5 minutes. It will run every 5 minutes. If you see this, guys, initially it run at 2023 2:15. This is UTC time, 2 p.m. and after that you can see exact 4:59 it ran. And guys, there are no errors. It is showing success. If there is any error, guys, you can see the last 30 days there are 2 success counts, no errors. But if there is any error, you will get an error message, and just click that. And guys, it will show the log file. You have to copy the log files and send it to the backend programmer.
Okay.
Because it's success, there is no need for you to send. But if you see any error message here, that means this function is not working as expected. It is giving some errors.
One more question. If you click on the functions, right, sir? If you click and go back to the function, please, sir.
Yes, function.
Okay, so these two which we are seeing, right, HTTP trigger and time trigger. If the programmer will write the code, means we cannot see these two.
No. Actually, guys, here I wanted to create them. Okay, let me show that. Okay, guys, actually what happens? The backend programmer will write, for example, 5 to 6 HTTP triggers, 2 to 3 timer triggers, 1 to 2 service bus triggers. When we push the code, guys, all the functions will be seen here. We will do that in few minutes. Don't worry. When you push the code, these function sections will be with all the functions created by the backend programmer. You generally don't create these functions. I'm just only for the purpose of a demo, I'm creating it. But in real time, you will not create it. When you deploy the code, all the functions written by the backend programmer will be shown here. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
And
sir.
only thing you have to go to this, if someone is saying the production website is not working, some problem has occurred, then only you have to go to the backend function, go to this function and go to all the functions. There will be some 20 to 30 functions. Click on the first function, go to monitor and see whether there are any errors in it or not. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Correct.
And if there is any error, report it to the backend programmer. It is his work to resolve it. Only your work is to know where the error is. That is the only thing which you need to know. Are you getting
Okay,
my point? And if you
yes,
see
sir.
this, guys, because it's a timer trigger, it is running automatically for every 5 minutes. So you are getting you can see some results. Wait for a minute. If you go to monitor, for every 5 minutes, you will see one new log. You can see now another 5 minutes has happened and you can see the latest log. Are you getting my point? Yes. Okay. Now, guys, in the same way, if you go to the HTTP trigger, here I can't see any log. Can you tell me why I can't see any logs here?
Because we did not hit any URL. Sir.
Yeah, we did not hit any URL. We did not hit any button. We haven't performed that. That is the reason it is empty. But timer trigger, no need to hit anything. It will automatically run for every 5 minutes. In this way, guys, why I'm explaining all these things. In future, when you join as a DevOps engineer, if you are getting any issues in the production website, just go to your backend applications, go to the functions and check each and every functions monitor section to know the error message. That's it. Is it clear, guys? Clear?
Yes. For me.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Is it that much tough, guys? Are you not understanding anything?
It is okay.
Okay, guys. You have to know all these things, guys. Otherwise, I can't simply create the project and I cannot complete the course. You have to know the front part of it, back part of it, and what are the issues you may get at the real time. So I need to explain all these things. So you have to know all these things, right? Okay. Now, guys, what you have just done, we have actually created these functions. But guys, here I have created it, but you should not create this. You have to delete it. Why you have to delete it? Because these functions will appear when you deploy the code to the backend. Are you getting my point, guys? These functions will automatically come when you deploy the backend code. Are you getting my point or not? Is it clear?
Yes, yes. It is.
Yes.
It will be written in the code only, I think.
Yeah, it will be written in the code only. I have just shown you some project files now, guys.
Yes.
Are we recording? Yeah, recording.
Yes, yeah, we started
So
recording.
yeah, the project file will be having a lot of functions. When you deploy that, all those functions will come here. That's it. To show you, I have just manually created these two functions.
Okay.
So in real
what are
time,
the chances of missing the functions to be loaded into this page?
no, if that happens, means your deployment has failed. That will never happen, guys. If your deployment is successful, when the release pipeline is correctly done, then you will see all the functions.
It means there will be some coding error.
Yeah, and here, guys, no, just a minute. Why it is not deleted? It should, because we haven't written anything here now. Error handling. Why? 1 minute, guys. Let me see the URL. Yes, this is the URL. Correct. One minute, guys. In real time, you never create any functions or you never delete any function. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
You never delete
deployed
anything.
properly.
What?
Then they have to reflect here.
Yeah, if something happened, that will be reflect here. You should not create. Actually, for you, when you deploy the code, tomorrow you will see that this button will be inactive for you. You should not create it, because it is only the backend person's work to create all these functions. Okay, guys? Are you getting my point?
Our work is you only create the skeleton of the function, right?
Yeah, we only need to create the skeleton, this thing.
Yes.
Create a name, give a name, that's it. That our work is done. Now the next part, when the backend guy finished his code, what will he do? Actually, guys, we will go to the DevOps. Still it is not there. Why it is taking this much time? Okay, no worries. We will go to the repo. Yesterday, guys, this is my front-end code now, guys. So what should we do now? The next part is go here and create a new repository. And this is for the backend guy. This is backend repo. You will create this repo. And what should you do, guys? You need to clone it. Give this URL to the backend person. Are you getting my point, guys?
Yes.
Give this URL to the backend person. Then what will he do? By using git or any other method, he will push all the code to here. This backend repo, as we have seen yesterday, the front end repo. This is my
Yes.
now the
Yes, yeah.
backend functions, everything will come here into the repo. Once this particular backend repo is having all the project files, then you need to create pipeline and build pipeline, release pipeline to deploy the code to the backend function app in the cloud. Once you've done that, guys, then when you go and browse these particular functions, you will be seeing all the functions written by the backend programmer. Are you getting my point, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Venkat, like if some functions need to be deployed in the function app and the others or need to deploy in the service app, how to do that? Can we distinguish in the pipeline?
Actually, guys, in real time, it is a three-tier architecture, but in real time, guys, it will be like you can have another component here, and you can have another component here. You can have some extra component. That means, guys, in real time, you will be having entire architecture. That means N means it can be 3, 4, 5, 6, depending upon the complexity of the project. You can have multiple components in your project, and in that time, guys, some may be using function app, some component may be using app service, some component may be using a virtual machine IaaS. So that will be depend upon the requirement given by your client. Are you getting my point, guys? There will be a solution architect who will create the total architecture diagram for your project. Depending upon the project diagram, you have to create all these components. So it is not always three-tier architecture. Okay. So
to create these resources,
yes,
do we have to create this fishbone this diagram ourselves, or will be given by architect?
Architect will give all these diagram. Now, who are you to create? You don't know anything, na, guys.
Yeah.
You only you will only do what your TL says or what your project manager says. You will not, because you don't know anything about the project. You are not the person. You are only there to provide the environment for all of your team members. Okay. So the task will be you will assign the task, but you will not identify the task, and you will not identify the person. That will be actually, you will receive a lot of mails from the project manager, team leader, the product manager, the BA. As per the mail which you got, you have to read the mail. Whatever mentioned in that mail, you have to create it. That's it. Don't use your brain that much. Okay, guys, don't worry. Whatever mentioned in the mail, come here, open your cloud. It will be mentioned. Please create one backend function. Please create one app service. Please create one virtual machine. He will give the total configuration. Everything will be given by the programmers because they know much about that. You don't know anything. You will only create the skeleton. That's it. They know how to use the skeleton, how to write the code for it. That is the work of the front end guy, back end guy, the TL, the PM. Those will know everything. You only do what they want you to do. That's it. Are you getting my point, guys? Is it clear, guys? Yeah. Now, guys, we have just created a function app, backend function app. So let me create one sample function, guys. How to do that? Actually, I will. Okay, let me open my Visual Studio. Guys, you may not be having this tool installed on your machine. What will I do? I will give the direct project files to you. Okay, but guys, you should install Visual Studio Code. There is another tool, guys, IDE, VS Code. You all need to install because we will create a lot of front-end applications as part of our project. So you have to do that, guys. Okay, now I'll show you how to create a sample backend application, guys. Again, there is no need for you to know it. Just this is the work of the backend person, but I am just creating one sample function app so that I can the front end. Okay, how you have downloaded the front end app service, guys? You have downloaded from website now, from free CSS HTML site. But backend, there is no website to download the backend function, na, guys. You have to create it. So, guys, as a because we don't have any backend programmer with us, so I am creating one sample backend function for all of you. How to create it? Very simple. Go to Azure function. Next, give any name, function name, create. Now see, this is the work which will be done by the backend programmer. You will not do that, so don't worry. Currently, we don't have any backend programmer. I am doing it. Wait for a minute. I'm creating my first backend function app. Very simple, guys. This role, this job is very, very simple. Okay, wait for a minute. Yeah, now you can see this is the project which I have just created, guys, and which has one sample function which is HTTP trigger. Now, how will they create, guys? They will come here. They will right click on the project. They will add some functions, guys. New item, new Azure function. They can add any function, guys. Depending upon the requirement, what will they do? Now I'm adding one timer trigger function. Where is that function? Timer trigger. 1 minute, guys. There is a black screen which is not allowing me to select. 1 minute, 1 minute. Yes. Install. Let me select timer trigger. Where is the function? Just a minute, guys. Let me type here. Add Azure function, new Azure function. Yeah, add Azure function, guys. Add. Next, wait for a minute. Now you can select as, now I'm selecting timer trigger. This is, and you can select the cron expression, guys. Now I'm changing it to some 1 or 10, any, you can change anything, guys. Okay. Now, guys, what I have just done, there is one function which is HTTP trigger. This is my HTTP trigger. And there is another function. The name of the function is function 2, and which is actually a timer trigger. Now the backend code is ready, guys. Build it. The code is ready. Now wait for a minute. Where I'm actually compiling it locally. Build succeeded. Now, guys, what will I do? I'll go to the project. This is my project, guys. You can see this is my project. The project name is function app 7. What will I do? I will zip this file. Now, guys, what will, okay, wait for a minute. Let me copy all these files, all the project files. I have copied it. Now, guys, let me go to my project folder. Yesterday, I have shown you how to create a repo, how to push the repo. We have already seen it. Let me go to the C folder, projects. Projects, right click here, git GUI here. Now, what should you do? Go to the repos. Yeah, clone it. This is my backend URL, guys. Clone this. Come back here. Clone existing repository. Source should be the Azure repo, and destination should be your any give any name. I'm giving backend function app. Function app. Clone. You can see this, a new folder has been created. This is my folder. Now copy your files here, guys. Just copy these files from here to here. Paste it. Wait for a minute. Done. Rescan. These are the files. State change. Give a commit message. Commit and push. When you push, that code will be pushed to the master branch. Done, guys. Now go back to your repo, and now you can see all the project files have been copied to this location. The total code, it has 2 functions. This is first function is a what is it? It is a timer trigger function. Second one is the first one is HTTP trigger. Second one is the timer trigger. In real time, guys, they will be having some 100 functions. So guys, in this way, the code will be pushed to my backend repo. Are you getting? Do you understand, guys? How I have
Yes,
done?
yes, yes.
Very
This is
simple.
much clear. Very
Very-
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very simple. Done. Now let me go to the pipeline. Guys, I don't know why it is taking this much time, but it will not take this much time. Okay, guys, let us create these pipelines tomorrow. So have you understood the concept of a function app, guys? Why we use the function app? Do you understand this diagram first? Is it clear, guys? What
Yes,
is this diagram?
Entire
Function app,
application.
in which component we will create the function app?
Backend.
Backend.
Backend. So this is the function app. We have already created one function app. This is my name of the function app. The next task is, guys, we have already, I'm having the code in the repo. Next, I will go and create my build pipeline, release pipeline. Then what happens, guys? These two functions which I have created in my code, these two functions will come here. Where will they come? This function section will be having, now there will be two functions, function 1, function 2.
Function 2. One is STD trigger or second one is
Second one is
timer.
timer trigger. That's it, guys.
Yes.
And that way we will deploy the backend part of your project. Are you getting my point? So tomorrow we will complete. Tomorrow, guys, we will deploy this to the cloud. And if there are any doubts, let us do that tomorrow. So meanwhile, guys, today I will share. Let me share the backend code to you. So be prepared. Create a repo for your backend function. This is my, yeah, let me go here. Recent files. Upload from computer. Open.
Sir, as a DevOps engineer, we no need to worry about the cost billing, all that, right?
No need to worry. But guys,
because we are allowed only one pipeline per time, right? In the queue.
yes.
So in the real time, the license type will be different, and we can do multiple pipeline.
Yeah, you can do multiple. There is no restriction on that. So
and
real
in the
time,
app service, HTTP trigger, those are also taking cost, right, sir? So
yeah,
for us,
yeah, for you, it is that doesn't concern you guys. You only need to, the project manager will tell you to create, you need to create it. That's it. Okay. I'll actually, guys, but when you create SQL servers, virtual machines, you need to take a screenshot of that service price and you have to send it to your TL, and you need to take an approval before creating it. Why? Because those are the costly services. I'll tell you when we come at that particular point. I will tell you how to take a screenshot and how to send that particular price to your TL or to your project manager. Oh, guys, I've already given you the backend function code. So today's assignment, first, guys.
Venkat, will you
Yeah.
be explaining how to automate all these pipelines kind of thing?
Yeah. I'll explain everything, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, because we have to allow the trigger. We have to allow the triggers. We need to create the triggers, automatic triggers. Okay, I'll explain tomorrow, guys. Don't worry. We will do that tomorrow only. So first, create function app in cloud. Next, guys, push backend code to the repo. These two things you have to do, these guys. Tomorrow we will create both build pipeline and release pipeline for my backend component. Is it okay, guys? Have you understood?
You didn't explain us how to create function app, right? In cloud.
We have just created one function app, na, guys. This is the code part, but we haven't because the build is not ready, na, guys. It is giving some issues. I'm unable to create the pipeline. Still, they are in queue. So I cannot create the build pipeline now. Tomorrow we will do that.
Not pipeline, I'm talking about function app, like creating the function app in the cloud.
Yeah, we have just created, na, guys. What? How? Okay.
This network backend. This
Yeah,
one
you have just gone to this function app. You need to create the button, give a name, and click the button, submit. That's it. We have created, na, guys. First thing which we have done today, class, what we have done, we have created this function app, na, in the cloud.
Yes.
Yes, yes, it is very
Yeah.
much easy.
Yeah, we have created this, then only this is my function app. When I have created this function app, net core backend FTP. Then guys, we have created some function also in this. Okay. So tomorrow when we deploy the code, we can see two functions appear in this particular functions part. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Let us all meet tomorrow. Bye for now, guys. Good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Venkat, could you please share the sample resumes?
Yeah, I'll do that also. No worries. Okay.
So, Acha Venkat, this thing is related to API management also.
Yeah, there is API management also there. I'll show you that.
Acha, okay. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. Bye.